great time.
It is.
4th of July, you know, this is what, the fifth time that they've done it,
Yeah, I
the
believe
4th of
so.
July
About
concert
that.
there
Yeah.
at the
Who's
event center.
counting?
Yeah, really.
1812 Overture, I mean,
Exactly,
one of
yeah.
the classics, it's going to be great.
Excellent. And the fireworks are going to be huge this year because they got to make up for last year.
That's
so.
right. I think they'll probably have a bigger crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And this,
It's gonna be-
and the thing is with the concert is you step outside the event center onto the back lawn,
Mhm.
and you've got a perfect
Perfect
location.
view.
You're already parked.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's a great segue into that.
Yeah, so we got Scott Lavender conducting. He's a guest conductor. Michelle Amato is our soloist, and we're looking forward to it. It's it's something we have to do. It's an essential part of the July 4th celebration.
Indeed, indeed. And what are some of the other pieces you'll be performing?
On the July 4th, I don't have that with me. So.
Oh, okay, all right. But you got, that kicks off the whole season. You got a whole bunch of stuff
we
coming
have a
up.
whole, yes, and then there's a little bit of a hiatus, and then we come around to October. November 10th, we have Rod McDonald. He is a guest conductor from upstate New York, and he will be doing Strauss, Brahms, and Rimsky-Korsakov. And then on January 12th, we've got Elements of Music with Matthew Wardell. Matthew is a conductor at the Ocala Symphony Orchestra. He'll be doing Liszt, Dvorak, Vaughan Williams, and Stravinsky. And then February 16th, we've got Raphael Ponti, and he's conducting Rossini, Bruch, and Tchaikovsky. And then to end our season, March 23rd, with Francis Wada conducting. We will have 2 nights, and to conclude his tenure at the Charlotte Symphony, he'll be doing Rossini. He'll be doing, actually, what he's doing is we're going to let the audience choose in advance of the concert some selections so that they can have some input as to what he's doing. And not only will they choose the piece, but they'll choose the movement. So it's going to be an interesting tapestry of music. And again, 2 nights at the Performing Arts Center.
Excellent.
Now, you also have pop concerts in
Yes,
between that?
we have pop concerts set up in between also. Our pop schedule is, in addition to July 4th, we've got December 9th and March 10th. So we're also working on a concert out in Port Charlotte, out in a park on Edgewater Road, Bayview, and hopefully do something outside there as well. So we're
Bayshore, down at
Bayshore,
Live Oak
yes,
Park.
Bayshore,
Yeah,
right.
excellent. Oh, beautiful setting.
Yeah,
for
it
that,
would be.
too.
You know,
Yeah.
the water's in the background, and you're outside, and hopefully.
Do it right at sunset.
Right, and it's free. But that's still in the works. We don't have that firmed up yet.
You need sponsors?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, well,
We always need
yeah,
sponsors.
of course,
Yeah,
you
but
know, it's another.
especially for that, because it's very expensive.
It is expensive, and we're looking for $15,000 worth of sponsorships from the corporate community, foundation community, to make that happen. And because it's free, it's kind of a give back to the community, and we hope to pull that off.
And that's another thing, you know, of course, a lot of people don't understand that you're a 501c3.
Yes.
And you do have some great donors out there, phantoms of the orchestra, you know, always putting stuff together.
Yeah.
And, but tell people how they can contribute and where.
Well, they can call me at 941-205-5996. We have people contribute from all areas and all levels. We have individual donors. Obviously, the fandoms give a tremendous amount of their time to the orchestra. But we've got individual donors, and now we're starting to set up the sponsorships for the season. So we're getting corporations to come in and buy space in our program guide for the season, sponsor certain elements of the performance. So we're setting the season up at this point. And when I first took the job, I thought, well, what do we do during the downtime after the last concert before the next one? Now I know. There's a lot of work.
There is.
So we're busier than ever right now, just lining the season up.
Good.
It's gone from 70-hour weeks to 50.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is, but you know, you hear nothing but good about the orchestra, and to have, for us to have an orchestra of this caliber here, I mean, it says a lot to what the community has has helped to produce with their donations, and as well as you and all the other people involved, you know, keeping it together.
What
and
I'm
helping it
learning,
grow.
we are selling out all of our concerts. Now, if you take a look at Philadelphia, they've just closed up. And so I think there's a certain nominal size for a successful orchestra that's not exactly huge.
Yeah.
The support we receive from this community makes it possible for us to gather the musicians of higher and higher quality every year. And because we're lean and we're small, we're making it work. You know, the operating budget of the organization is less than $500,000. There's only 3 of us in the office. It's a very small operation, and because of that, the expenses are low, and we're able to make it work. And I think what happened in Philadelphia, they did have union musicians. We are paying our musicians a respectable rate, but yet I guess they got too big. And so they weren't selling out, they weren't filling their hall, and they just were bigger than the community could support, of all things.
Yeah, I guess that's a whole idea of finding that fine line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this is a marvelous symphony. The support from the community. You know, we're not a real big community, yet we fill the hall. We've got the corporate support. We've got individual supporters, and the key is that we can say that we've got a successful thing going right now, but people have to continue to support us in the way they've done in the past. There's no taking a breather on financial support of the organization. They need to continue to support us so we can continue to build the quality, attract the musicians, and build a season every year.
And I think that's the same for any of the nonprofit cultural organizations.
Sure,
We
and
rely on our, when I was with the Charlotte Players, I put out a season brochure years ago, and in it was a request, a plea for donations, and I wrote, you know, that your ticket only pays for the first act.
Right. That's true.
And it's the donations and the fundraisers and all that that helps continue the organization.
Right. We're charging $45 a ticket, and really, if we had to pay for the whole thing, that ticket would be about $90, and at $90 people wouldn't really show up. So it takes philanthropy, it takes people to step forward in the community who have the means to support us, and we're grateful for that, but it's a delicate balance, a delicate formula that makes the symphony work.
And these days, an even bigger constant effort.
Yes.
You know, and trying to get those donations and get the word out and get people interested in it. And that goes for, again, you know, I know you're feeling the same pressure of the economy. So, you know, it's tough. So, but again, when you have something as worthy as the symphony and what you guys do there, it does make your job a little bit easier.
It sure does. And you know, this year we are auditioning 3, perhaps even 4 conductors who head up the season after the one we're in now. And it's a competitive process in essence. They each get. We've got Rod McDonald, we've got Matthew Wardell, and Raphael Ponte, and they each get a pops and a classical concert. And it's interesting to see them compete in their own way. This is not sabers and all of that, but they're gunning for the best soloists they can find for the price. They are organizing their music in such a way that is the best performance they can give. And Scott Lavender, who is conducting the July 4th concert, wants to be considered. He will be considered. His issue is that we didn't anticipate that he would be in the mix, and therefore he does not have a classical concert assigned to him. So he gets one shot at 4th of July, and we get to see. So it's really exciting, and we hate to see Francis go.
Indeed, a great guy.
Yeah, terrific guy.
Super guy.
And you know, he's trying to retire, and we won't let him. He's so good. But I know that he'll be back in this community, and I know he's got special projects that he's thinking about. He's talking to me about certain things he's working on. He's trying to find the music, and we will see him after retirement here and there as he works on his special projects. So that's going to be exciting as well.
Good, excellent.
I don't think the community will truly allow him to totally disappear and fade away.
Well, what's funny is that, you know, I go out to lunch with him, or, you know, you walk across town. That walk across town takes 3 hours because everybody is stopping to say hello and talk and all of that. And I'm thinking, what happened to my morning? You know, I'm just walking across town with him. But everybody loves him, you know, and he's just he's a terrific guy. He's got not only a tremendous musical background and experience, but his personality and his personal history is just amazing. We share the same birthday, January 5th. And so I was talking to him, and I said, what year were you born? He says, 1944. I said, you grew up in Japan in 1944? He says, yeah. I don't remember much. He said, but what my parents tell me it was quite an experience because we were at war at that time. And so he's got quite a few stories to tell. Last year we did Mantovani. And the Mantovani Orchestra is the only orchestra until last year who was allowed to play the Mantovani music. And Francis developed such a relationship with the Mantovani organization. When he was, I think, 10 years old, he strung up speakers in the park in Japan and played Mantovani music because he just loved the music so much. And he established a relationship with the organization and was able to convince them that our orchestra would be the only orchestra other than the Mantovani Orchestra to perform the work.
Wow.
And so we performed to a sold-out crowd last year, that Mantovani music. And you know, he continues to pull off amazing little surprises. He's fantastic.
That was a great concert. I was there.
Terrific.
And the website?
The website is charlottesymphony.com, not .org, .com. If you go to .org, you'll end up in North Carolina.
And those tickets are expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.